and we want to get to the breaking news and get an update live from the scene there in the inner Richmond district of San Francisco after this huge fire that broke out while people were sleeping at 2 in the morning, and more than 30 people got out. But as you can see, very little is left of several of those connected homes.
Yeah, at this point, we've got KRON 4's Will Tran out there keeping an eye on the current situation, where luckily it looks like things have calmed down quite a bit now. Will?
Things have calmed down where most of the firefighters have left the scene. They do have firefighters here just to watch out for hot spots and, of course, go through the building to make sure it's safe before they send their investigators in. But at its height, this whole neighborhood had firefighters. Let me show you the video. As Daria mentioned, started at around 2 o'clock in the morning, and at its height, about 140 firefighters were here battling the flames. We do have an update. 5 units, not 4, but 5 units they considered destroyed from this fire that burned so intensely for several hours. In San Francisco, fighting a fire is unique because the homes are right next to each other, so they race from wall to wall to wall. And not only that, it races to the back of the units, so firefighters had their hands full, and they were battling it for about 2 hours or so. Then at around 5 o'clock in the morning, they considered the fire pretty much out. In the meantime, a lot of people self-evacuated. They saw the flames, they smelled the smoke, they rushed out.
You don't even know what to think. I was just really stressed, and I was kind of like really panicking, but then I kind of accepted it and just was like, oh, okay, well, we're all safe, you know, so. But it was terrifying. It was like the flames were like right there, and they were just engulfing the house next to us.
35 people raced out into the overnight, and the San Francisco Fire Department, they had the insight while they were battling this. Call Muni, we need their help. And they sent out a bus, and you can see them right here. A lot of them were taken inside the bus at the very least just to get some warmth, some blankets, being checked out by the Red Cross. It is so bad as far as their homes. They probably will not be able to return for quite some time because, one, they have to make sure the investigators have time and space to do their job, and 2, the building code, they need to see if it can even be saved. So in the meantime, they will have to be put up in city shelters. As far as the update on the cause, well, right now they do know where it started. We will zoom in and you can see the firefighters leaving that particular unit. They believe that's the epicenter. The cause of the fire, simply they don't know at this time, and because they are older homes, they don't have sprinklers, and you consider that miraculously, even without sprinklers, nobody was hurt except one firefighter who did twist his ankle fighting the fire, but should be okay. Back to you.
Well, you know, Will, as we look at that, and you just talked about the sprinklers in the old building, how they don't have them. What about, were most people woken up by like the beeping of their fire alarm, because you have to have those, or were they knocking on doors? How did they get out?
Both. They had some smoke detectors, of course. They can install them. That's not part of the grandfathered effect as far as the sprinklers. So yes, the smoke detectors went off, and not to mention they woke each other up. I mean, when you can hear crackling and smell of the fire, a lot of them self-evacuated. And the good news is we didn't hear any firefighters physically having to carry somebody out. So everybody, when they saw and they woke up and they said, I don't need that knock. I'm out of here.
Wow. Right.
Okay, Will, thank you. We'll come back to Will for more updates throughout the morning. So